Hey everybody, ZyuRed here, back for another ZyuRed review. Now last time we took a look at last year's main Power Rangers Megazord. However, today we're going to take a look at the current Power Rangers Megazord, the Gosei Great Megazord from Power Rangers Megaforce. It's Mega time. Now because of the way that the toy is packaged and because of the nature of the show, we're actually going to look at this in three distinct parts, starting with the Zords themselves. And we're going to first take a look at the Megazord. The Megazord is very well detailed and painted with the night visor, the green eyes, the silver beak, and the gold fins, one of which is actually movable so that you can do it however you want and make him a dragon org or something, I don't know. Comparing it to the Power Ranger Blaster version, you can see that there are noticeable differences. For example, this one's mouth is open, revealing the blaster, which you can also see in this one, and the visor is down. And it also has a bit more painted detail, and none of its fins are actually posable. Only with this one. Next, we'll take a look at the Phoenix, which is very well painted and, well, okay in detail. It really doesn't have that much detail to speak of aside from the visor and the sort of feather ridges. Its beak is molded closed so you cannot open it, and it's just got this one generic hole to hold weapons. However, it does have very good paint with the pink, the white, the gold, the silver, and the blue on the eyes, all coming together very nicely. Next we have the Megazord, which is left relatively unpainted, but it doesn't really need all that much paint. Aside from the silver visor, red eyes, and silver fangs, it really does not have that much detail that needs painting, and is very sleek and stylish. Next we have the Megazord, which, similar to the Megazord, doesn't require a lot of painting, but what it does is very well done. With the blue eyes and the silver visor and teeth, it is very well done. And we can also see on the inside of the mouth, which is left relatively undetailed. And finally we have the Megazord, which reaches sort of a middle ground between the Land Zords and the Sky Zords, in that it has a lot of detailing, but not a lot of it is painted because it really doesn't need paint. Aside from the silver visor, yellow eyes, silver mouth, and unpainted teeth, it really doesn't need all that much painting. However, I would say that the points that do need painting are the gills on the side. However, I would say that the parts that do need painting are the gills on the side and the teeth. Yeah, you can hardly see them. But overall, it's not bad, and it does have the sealed mouth and hole to hold the weapons, just like the Phoenix. Now let's get to the meat of these Zords. The Megazords, starting with the Gosei Dragon Megazord. The Gosei Dragon has a lot of sculpted in detail. However, the paint is primarily used for what is actually visible in the Megazord mode, rather than the Megazord as a whole. You can see right on the neck and upper body of the dragon that this part and this part are the same pattern. However, this part is painted, whereas this part is not. This is probably because, due to the transformation, the neck actually slides in, and so they didn't want to paint something that, when most people are going to see this, isn't even going to be seen, which I can understand. You'll notice that the Zord head connectors ports are in fact red instead of the show accurate black. This probably was just to save paint, and honestly, I prefer this. It looks a lot better just blending in instead of the black sticking out saying, hey, I'm a gimmick, hey, I'm a gimmick, come use me, come buy me, I'm a gimmick, buy all the stuff to use this gimmick, 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 gimmick. On the dragon's tail, you can actually see the Megazord's head, which has been stored here instead of doing what the Japanese version did, where it was a piece that flipped around from here. Instead, they have made it where it's actually Zord connector port compatible and can be used on pretty much anything, which I actually kind of like. And you can see there is some sculpted detail, however it's not really painted all that much. For articulation, the Dragon Megazord can move its wings like so, and can move its wings like so, all the way around, 360 degrees. Its neck can also move in and out, and its tail can do this number. Next up, we have the Phoenix Megazord. It doesn't have a whole lot of detail, but what it does have is all painted. As you can see, these lines and the thrusters in gold, and then that's pretty much it. Everything else is just on the head. Now you'll notice that the wings are actually are all the way out like this. However, if you want more show accurate form, you can simply fold them halfway down, and there you go. You've got show accurate Gosei Phoenix. Woo! Next up, we've got the Snake Megazord. Like with the head, it is pretty much all black plastic, and very little detailing that is actually painted. As you can see, there are, I guess, windows, and the same on the other side. Then on the rest of the bullet train, you can see more windows, and then the leg part, which forms the crotch in Megazord mode. However, what is very interesting about this is because of the Zord Builder gimmick, you can actually pop the back section that forms the crotch off, and you're left with just a first train car, which I really like. You can have the one train car, and then it attaches to this, almost like this is a separate piece from this, which I really like. Next up, we have the Tiger Megazord. As you can see, not a whole lot of detail except right here on the side, which is filled with painted gold gears and more mechanical detailing on the side. You got these gears and these bolts that look like they're used for construction of the vehicle, which I really like. And then of course you've got this tread, which is not actually tread, but it does look very pretty. And then on the top you've got this silver to match the snake. And finally we have the Shark Megazord. Following the same aesthetic pattern as the head, there's not a whole lot of painted detail, but it's still very well done. As you can see, here is the silver bit with these little boosters and these gold boosters as well, and then you've got the fin, which has a bit of sculpted on detail, but not a whole lot. Overall, it's very well done. And of course, you can take the Zords off of any of these and plug them into other such Zord ports, such as you can take the shark and plug it onto the tiger, or you can take the tiger and plug it onto the dragon, and you can do all sorts of crazy stuff, including attaching these Zords to the Power Ranger Blaster. Now this is really cool. Since the Power Ranger Blaster only gives you the dragon, it's really cool that you can take these other Zords and attach them to the Power Ranger Blaster. For all sorts of crazy, kooky combinations. And, well, this looks pretty good, actually. Now, let's get to the Megazord. And here we have the Gosei Great Megazord! Woo! Now, a lot of the detailing is actually the same as what I showed you on the original Zords, so I'm just going to show you some new unique detailing that is exclusive to the Megazord form. Blue Shark now has some cool detailing inside of the fin. The head is also very nicely sculpted. You can see the Gosei symbol on the forehead, as well as the wings that are similar in nature to that of the god Hermes or Mercury, and you have the image of a face wearing a head wearing a helmet, which it seems is actually being held on through claws of a dragon, which is very nice and interesting. For articulation, you can move the arms, not exactly 360 degrees, but I'd say about 180 degrees. But remember that you have to hold these wings if you want to move just the arms, else the whole wing will move with them. Or sometimes it won't. It really just depends on what happens. Then, of course, you can slightly bend the legs, but not exactly. Then you can move the front of the foot, which is, it's part of the transformation. And that's pretty much it. However, if you notice on the back, you also get the dragon's tail sticking out, which you can easily remove to become a sword! Yes, a sword. A powerful sword indeed. And to go with this badass sword, we get a power card! One of two that comes with the set, which, as you can see, shows the Gosei Great Megazord with its sword. So, let's hear what sounds this makes in the Gosei Morpher. Thankfully, I'm glad that it wasn't just another Summon Megazord. However, to give you that sound, they gave you another power card, the Gosei Great Grand Megazord, which we will not be covering until I review Robo Knight and his two Zords. So let's see what sounds this makes in the Gosei Morpher.
Summon Megazord!
And of course, this Megazord is also Zord Builder compatible, which means you can swap limbs. Woo! Overall, the Gosei Great Megazord is a very well done toy. It's got great playability between the Zord Builder gimmick and the Zord heads, as well as being a fantastic representation of the Megazord from the show. Anyways, I'm ZyuRed, and this has been a mega win.